Hello everyone. If you're keen to improve the way you communicate, then this video is for you. If you want to improve your spoken English, there are four pillars that you need to focus on. In fact, these four pillars apply to any language. First is grammar, next is vocabulary, third is pronunciation, and last but not least, fluency. Let's start off with grammar. What is grammar? Grammar essentially refers to the rules of a language. When you learn something, you always start with the rules, be it a language, learning how to play football or any other game, or learning how to drive. We always start with the rules. People who want to learn English try to apply their mother tongue rules to English, and most of the time it doesn't work. That's because rules vary from language to language. Every language is unique, and so are its rules. Let me give you a few examples. I'm going to compare three different languages with English, and then you can see how the rules vary. And if you try to force the rules of one language to another, you're going to run into problems. Let's start off with Mandarin. The word for child in Mandarin is Haizi. There is no separate word for children. So if you want to say one child is Ika Haizi, two children is Lianka Haizi. If you notice, Haizi remains the same. So if you do direct translation, Lianka Haizi, it could even mean two child, which is incorrect in English. So in this case, you can't tell whether it's singular or plural just when somebody says Haizi. You need to know the words that come before Haizi. Is it Ika, Lianka? So this is not the case in English. The moment somebody says child, you know that they're referring to one, whereas children, it's two or more. Moving on to our second language example, Hindi. So in Hindi, people say Gana Sunna. So Gana Sunna literal translation is songs listen, which is incorrect in English. In English, it's actually listen to songs, and there's an extra word called to that comes in between listen and songs. Next is Spanish. In Spanish, even non-living things have gender. That's not the case in English. In English, we do have exceptions. We do have a few non-living things for which we have a gender. Like the Titanic is considered a female, so we use she for the Titanic. But for most non-living things, like passport, house, we don't have gender for that. We just say the passport or the house. But in Spanish, you say el pasaporte because passport is a male, and you say la casa for the house because house is female. Now you know why you should not apply the rules of one language to another, because all languages are different, they're so unique, and their rules are different too. Once you're aware of the grammar, the rules, it's time to build your vocabulary. The more words you know, the better you'll be able to express yourself. Take a look at these two men. Clearly, the person on the left is happier than the person on the right. So if you use the word happy to describe both these men, it will be inaccurate. On the other hand, if you had a wide vocabulary, you'll be able to express yourself accurately. So you can say that the person on the left is enthusiastic, whereas the person on the right is happy. Isn't that more accurate than saying that both are happy? The third pillar is pronunciation. If you want people to understand what you're saying, you need to pronounce the words accurately. For example, C-O-M-B is not comb, but it's comb. The B is silent. For the month February, the R after B is silent. And another word that people don't pronounce correctly is pronunciation. It's not pronunciation, but it's pronunciation. Last but not least is fluency. Are you able to speak at the right pace, in a meaningful manner, with the correct expressions? Now that you're familiar with the four pillars of a language, the next step is how to improve your spoken English. First, understand the rules of a language. Next, read at least one book a month. It doesn't matter if it's a storybook or if it's a self-improvement book. Next, use the new words that you have learned in your day-to-day life. A lot of times we see new words, but we forget them the next day because we don't use them enough. As Confucius said, I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. By applying the knowledge to real life situations, by using new words frequently, you'll be able to retain your knowledge for a much longer time. Next, listen to BBC News and TED Talks because when you hear professionals speak, you'll be able to improve your pronunciation and the fluency. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like specific advice on how you can enhance your communication skills, please do reach out to us. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can get updates whenever we upload a new video. Thank you.